Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the Carnales podcast. I'm your host, Tsunami, and today we got a special guest,
Luis or Feltwell.
There you go. Luis.
Yeah,
we got Luis.
Luis, yeah.
Luis. All right, Luis. Who? Luis or Luis?
Either or. It's literally whatever anyone wants to choose.
Are you one of those people that are, since we're Hispanic, I don't know, Latino, Hispanic, what do you prefer?
Hispanic, I guess.
Hispanic.
Yeah,
Since we're Hispanic, you have to call me Luis, Rodriguez,
Yeah, I don't really mind, no.
All right,
I have some of my friends, they even call me Feltwell, all the time instead of Luis. And it's like, you can call me whatever you want.
All right.
Yeah.
Before we start, bro, I'm gonna do a little disclaimer. I stutter a lot.
Yeah.
On my route, I was like, man, what questions am I gonna ask? I was like, Feltwell. I struggle, the rolling on the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
So I might call you Luis the whole time.
That's okay. That's completely cool.
So Luis, who are you? What do you do?
I'm Luis. I also go by Feltwell. I run MESHOFMEN with a couple of my friends. I also make music under Feltwell, and I'm also in VACANTS, the band. And that's pretty much. Do a lot of stuff.
So you're a musician? What do you call it? Vocalist?
Yeah.
Vocalist and guitarist, right?
Yeah, guitarist.
Did I get it right?
Vocalist. Yeah.
Let's go. So let's talk about that, man. When did it? Well, you got the brand MESHOFMEN, and then you got the band.
Yeah, the band. So I got the brand, and then my own solo artist stuff, which is Feltwell.
That's what it. Okay.
Yeah.
Band,
brand, and then solo stuff.
Solo.
Yeah.
All right. So let's start with the band, right?
The band. Okay.
How did it all start? Who started it?
Oh wow, I love telling this story because I'll remember. Okay, so it was during the pandemic. Yeah, during the pandemic, me and my friend David, we started just jamming together, just to songs that we like to play, Surf Curse, or whether it be Citizen, or just songs that we like to play.
Okay.
And so we just jam in my basement, and that was kind of during when we were making shirts too for MESHOFMEN.
Okay.
We take a break and be let's play guitar for a little bit. From making shirts, we'll just play guitar for an hour.
Oh, okay.
And then from that, it just turned into we should start a band. I feel like we could be in a band. So then, in the beginning, it's funny because it was my friend Josh.
Okay.
He was on guitar, and David. They were both on guitar.
Okay.
And I was on drums. So in the beginning, I was playing drums, which is funny. Because we didn't have a drummer yet.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'll play drums. And I didn't even know how to play drums. So I would just hop on drums. But then a little down the line, my girlfriend, Karina, she introduced me to this guy named Gus, which is my now drummer.
Okay.
And this one day, I told him, I was like, let's jam. Let's see if this could work. So it was David, Gus, my drummer, and I. And we jammed. And it went so well. It was I don't know. It's that feeling when you just know, you know that it's gonna work. And so from there on, we just played. For the most part, it was actually me and Gus playing a lot because David just couldn't make it. But that's okay. But so me and him just jammed, and we just started making songs from then. From then and there, from the beginning, we just okay, let's just jam, but not to music, to our just our own stuff. And from there on, later on we found Tony, which is the rapper that I was talking about.
Okay.
Well, it was just mutual friends. We already knew each other anyways. Just from skating, because we always used to skate all the time at Phillips. And just one day we were skating and we were like, dang, we need a bass player. But you play guitar. Do you want to play bass for our band?
Okay.
He was like, yeah, I'm down. Let's jam. And then we jammed, and then from then it clicked. It was wow. I don't know. It just the first time playing with all four of us, it was this is the band. This is the band that I was looking for.
So how was when you as you guys were jamming? How was that feeling as everything came together? The bass, the drums, the guitar.
Oh man, if you can see the smile on my face right now, it's something you've been waiting for, because I've always wanted to be in a band. I was like, dang, I want to be in a band. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
so when you actually like come together and play as a band, like especially when it's like your own music, it's like this is not like someone. This is us. Like we're playing this right now. It's really surreal because it's like wow, like that's us playing like.
And when you guys jam out, is there lyrics or is it just jamming out?
In the beginning, usually it was just jamming out. Like we'd set some chords down, and then Gus would just play drums, and usually the bass just follows, and we just go from there.
Okay.
And that's usually how we write songs too. Not really anymore like that, but in the beginning we just play as much as we could.
And who's in charge of the songwriting? You, or you guys come together, or you write a verse, and then
in the beginning it was kind of just me.
Yeah.
Like writing all the songs. And a little like down the line, let's say like maybe a year ago now, because we're about to hit like 2 years now, right? Yeah, we're about to hit like 2 years of being a band. But for the most part, it was me just like writing the chords, and Gus would back me up on drums, and he knows what to like. I never tell Gus, for the most part, not like I don't tell him what to do because he knows what to do. He's a drummer. He knows like what to do. But for the guitar parts, usually I write them. Or if like we have like David or Tony, they come up to me and like I have these chords, I want to make a song. So I just like structure it like to be a song.
Oh, okay.
And then like I said, Gus, he knows what to do, so he adds. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing with instruments, you know. Like I don't have rhythm for like whatever my right hand does, my right hand does, my left hand has to do, you know. I tried playing the drums, I couldn't.
That's hard.
I think probably the only instrument I can play is the triangle, and probably not even the triangle. You know, I've said it before on the podcast that I have no rhythm. I going to the vocals, I wanted to sing, but like to me I sound good, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give you a little preview of my singing, but to me I think I sound good. But then you know, I don't know if you've tried it before, but you kind of record yourself singing, and then I go back to I'm like, I'm not a good singer.
It's a pain because I mean I had to record for the song, and then I had to hear it over and over and over again. It's like, oh, it's cringy. But yeah, so I get what you mean.
Yeah.
So
like maybe once my voice connects with the music, or once I put it with the music, it might sound good or not, you know. But like I don't know if it's that self-criticism, like, oh damn, like I sound bad.
Yeah.
But I think I forgot who told me that singing is kind of like learning a language, you know.
Yeah.
You as a vocalist, do you think is that true, or is that?
I think in my head it's more like a snowball. Like you learn a little bit and then you just keep learning and learning. But I get what you mean. Yeah, it is kind of like learning a language. I never really had like I guess I did. I took like singing classes in college for like a semester, and then I didn't like never again. Which I kind of wish I did, like keep going.
Yeah.
But you know, like yeah, I didn't continue doing that, but I wish I did. I honestly, I'm thinking about going back. So I'm not a good singer. At least I don't think like, but you know, I make it work. Yeah. Like for now, but eventually in the future, I would like to learn how to sing really well, because you know, that's like not a trait. I guess like another talent or specialty, I guess. Like, cause I can play guitar, I can play bass, drums, and you know, but I also want to pick up singing, but singing well.
I think maybe the singing classes would help. I can kind of relate.
So I do sing bad?
No. You're good. You're good. But like to better understand. I mean, better. I can't think of the word. Better
improve.
Yeah. It's like me as a soccer player. You know, like ahorita, the skill I have now, I wish I could go back in time and actually try it in soccer, you know, porque the skill I have now, the way I read plays, the way I read ball movement, you know, like I learned it through time, you know. When I was younger, like I didn't have that mentality. I just wanted to get a ball, run and score a goal, you know. But ahorita no, like, okay, I gotta pass it here, I gotta make a play, you know. So maybe like I can kind of relate to singing, you know.
Yeah, oh man, time is killer, because I think back of like because I didn't just start making music. I've been making music since I was like 15, 16, like in high school.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wasn't singing. But then I think back, it's like, man, why don't I just embarrass myself back then and like sing then?
Yeah.
Just so now I could, like I said, it was like the snowball thing. Like I could build the, like the knowledge of singing, of like how to sing properly. Because when I first started singing, it was just kind of like, okay, get your voice out there and see if you can sing. But now I feel like I want to learn how to control like the note and how to accurately hit the note that I want to sing.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I want to build like my skill of singing, like I said. But yeah, like time, like how you were saying, like you wish you did this back then.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can never go back. But at least you have that mentality now where you could say, like I'm gonna do this now, but like even more, like you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like
that way, like if you would have started back then or at the time we're at now, you would have further improved your like that.
Yeah.
So ahorita, yeah, going back to the band. And who came up with the name?
That was me.
You?
Yeah.
And was it a voting decision, or it was just like, this is the name?
Well, when our bass player, when he joined, the name was already kind of established. Actually, I'll go back a little more. So we had like 2 names that we were gonna choose.
Okay.
It was one that Gus, the drummer, chose, but we were like, And then I showed him Vacants, and I was like this is like, it looks nice. I like things that like look nice on paper or on like a poster. So when you look at Vacants, it's like, oh, it looks nice. Like that looks like a band name.
Yeah.
And that's kind of with a lot of things, like Feltwell. Like, what does that even mean? Like, it just looks nice.
So Vacants doesn't have a, like, let's say like for example, the Carnales podcast, you know, is 2 Carnales at the beginning, my brother and I. So that kind of, you know, the Carnales brothers, Carnales podcast, you know. Pero aquí,
it's like, no,
it just look good.
Yeah. It's actually, I feel like I do that a lot where I make my own meaning like later when I look back at like I guess Vacants.
Yeah.
Back then it was just like, oh, this looks nice, but there's probably like a hidden meaning to what Vacants means. Because like you could think of like vacancy, like maybe you could think of like I don't know, like loneliness or something like that. But honestly, like I said, back then it just looked cool. And that's just, and it sounded nice, and I just liked how it looked.
Okay.
So
right now, what meaning do you relate to it?
Oh geez.
Do you stick with the lonely?
When I think of Vacants now, I think of like all the practices that we had. And it doesn't like even have like anything to do with the word Vacants. Now it's just like all the practicing and like hard work that we did. Okay. That's what Vacants means to me now. Like all the hard work that we put into making this band.
That's cool. Yeah. And what about Feltwell? How did you think about that?
Oh, that one is. So I think I heard it somewhere, but I can't figure out where. That happens a lot too. Like
it sounds familiar, but I was like, porque I thought it was one of the songs you have. Is it a song?
Feltwell?
That's why I was confused. You know, when you're like the band, and then myself, I'm like, because
no.
Daytona is Vacants.
No,
that's you.
No, that's me. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. We'll get more into it right now. But like Feltwell kind of just that happened when Gus, our drummer, went off to college, and I was like, well, I still kind of want to make music.
Yeah.
So I just kept making music by myself. But the name itself, it's just like on my phone, I have like words just like they just pop in my head, and I type them and like I write them down, and then later on I go look at them and like, oh, that's cool. And Feltwell was like one of those where I was like, oh, that looks nice. Just like how Vacants came to be. I was like, oh, that looks nice. I'll use that. So that's how my name came to be. But now like I feel like there's a deeper meaning to that, like Feltwell. I remember,
what's that deeper meaning?
Like now whenever I think of it, like if I were to say I have like a full name, of Feltwell, I'd be like, I guess I've never really felt well, kind of like that.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
That's what it kind of means to me, and even as sappy or sad as it sounds like, that's what it means to me, and I feel like that's a good way to express myself in under that name, and that's also like I can't like if you hear Daytona and you hear like Time Again, like some of our songs from our band, like Time Again is a little more upbeat, but Daytona is a little more like downbeat. It's a little slower. Yeah, it's a little like more melancholic, and that's what I kind of wanted Feltwell to be. So like even the name itself is like, you know, I've never really felt well. Like that goes into the music and like what it sounds like. Yeah,
the way you describe it, that kind of puts meaning to the song now. You know, like okay, a little slow, groovy.
Yeah, it's a little slow. It's like a ballad almost. I don't know, like she was there when I made it too. Oh yeah, she saw me make it. Did it? I think it was like in 2 hours, right?
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, it was like in 2 hours I made it, and I was like, oh, this is nice. I should like put this out. So I sat on it for like maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna put it out. And then I put it out under the name. Like I said, I looked at my phone, and I was like, oh, Feltwell, that looks nice. I'm gonna use that.
Yeah. And it's a good song. It kind of, you know, those songs that you put on like when you just want to cruise. Windows down, air coming in.
Sick.
Yeah. I don't have Spotify premium anymore. Ahorita I was trying to play it. Yeah, I was like, it took me to a different song. So I was like, dang it. But ahorita ya go kind of transitioning into more Feltwell. The something I want to talk about is how you not, because you don't come from like a music background, you know.
Oh no, not at all.
The only music background I think in your family is the DJing, you know.
Yeah.
So like, how is that like? How was the learning of the instruments? What attracted you to instruments, learning to play, you know?
Honestly, like I feel like since I was a kid, maybe even the DJ stuff had a lot to do with it. But since I was a kid, I loved music. Yeah. Like I was infatuated with music. Like even when I was like 4th or 5th grade, I'd be listening to music all the time, whether it be like on my iPod Nano or like on the computer back home. I loved music. And like I was literally always listening to it. And when I got to middle school, I'd say maybe like 6th or 7th grade, I was like, man, I want to learn how to like play. Like I want to learn how to play music. And so I remember I went. Oh, I didn't like, not myself, but we went to the thrift store and I found a keyboard. Oh, and I was like, I'm taking this. Like I want like a keyboard. So I remember my mom bought me the keyboard, and literally the ride home, I was like, okay, I'm gonna learn today. I'm gonna learn a song today. And if I don't even know what song I learned, but I just remember learning piano, and like that's like a feeling like that I'll never like have again, like learning my first instrument and it being piano, especially because I loved piano. I wanted to play piano for so long, but you know, growing up, we don't really have like you know how people have pianos in their home, like just from like just sitting there. Just sitting there. Like I wish I had a piano just sitting there just so I could play it. Yeah. So when I finally got the chance to get a piano, whether it was just like a Casio, like, you know, one of those like cheap pianos. Yeah. It was like just a keyboard. So from then on, I was like, I'm gonna teach myself how to learn. Like we didn't have money to get a teacher to teach me how to play piano. So I just resorted to YouTube, and I was like, I'm gonna learn how to play piano, and they'll teach me how to play.
Shout out YouTube.
Yeah, shout out YouTube. You can learn anything. Honestly, most of the stuff that I've learned is from YouTube. Yeah. So there you go. Like that's like one of the most resourceful places to find like knowledge.
It's like free classes.
It's literally
yeah. My brother did the same thing. He started playing guitar. Well, both my brothers, they're not like me. You know, they have rhythm. One of them plays the drums. The other one plays guitar, drums. Oh, nice. So the one in Uriel, the one in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So he plays for the band at church.
Okay.
And I was like, I would always look at him, and he was always practicing. I like guitar. You know, when you practice so much that your fingers start.
Yeah. It's called like calluses, where his fingers like dark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like sometimes even bleeding because he would play so much.
Oh yeah.
Porque he was one of the songs. I think it's Stairway to Heaven where you have to like do all that.
Yeah.
So he would like bleed. I'm like, like why?
Yeah.
He's like, I just wanna get it down. So I going back to the piano. Like, what was like your learning? You know, did you learn it right away, or like were you a natural, or did it take a while, or how many YouTube videos did it take?
Like. It didn't take me that long. Like, it took me, I'll say for sure, it took me a bit to get a rhythm. Because, like, I felt like I was either playing it too fast or too slow. So it took me a bit to learn how to play in time. But I feel like my hands just naturally just sat on the piano. Yeah. And it's like, this is how you're, you play, this is how you play. And so I think I'm a pretty fast learner. Like, when I try and learn something, I pick it up pretty fast.
Yeah.
Am I good at it? No, not like until it takes a while to be good at something.
Yeah, practice.
So yeah, like practice makes perfect. So when I first started playing, I feel like I got the basics down of like how to play piano, where your fingers should be. But to play like proficiently, it takes like a while. So yeah, I remember. I mean, I just learned, like, usually how it goes is just learning your favorite songs, at least for me.
Yeah. And what was some of those songs?
Like, for the most part, it was Tyler, the Creator songs.
Oh, okay.
Like, I was, like, a huge fan when I was a kid. I mean, I still am. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm not. But, yeah, I just got infatuated with, like, playing his songs because they're not, like, complicated either, but they're not the most simple things.
Okay.
So I was just learning, like, I remember I learned Wolf. I remember I learned Tree Home 95. Maybe, I don't know if you know those songs, but if you... but yeah, I learned, like, just a couple of those songs, and that's what got me hooked. That's when I was like, okay, I'm in. But then I was like, dang, I should write my own songs. Like, even then, I was like, dang, I should make my own song. Like, just using the chords that I found from those other songs, I'm going to make my own song. And then I'll switch it up here. So it's like my own song. Yeah. So I think, thinking back, one of the first songs that I ever made was probably like 7th or 8th grade that I could think of, that I can like remember like making. I remember like just...
And what was it about?
I didn't... Well...
Like, if you remember...
It was just a couple chords, and it was like just me playing. But like I said, I'm not... I just actually got into songwriting. Like, I wasn't, like, songwriting back then. Like, I kind of, like, I said, what we were talking about. Like, I wish I started back then. But, like I was just making simple songs, like, with chords. And then, like, later on, when I got into the band, that's when I really started to write lyrics and songwriting. But as of back then, I wasn't really, like, songwriting, I guess, yeah.
So you started off with the piano, and then what instrument did you move on to?
Oh, the guitar. I moved on to the guitar, yeah. So I was learning to play the piano, like I said, from like 7th to like I'd say freshman, sophomore year, and like I guess I was okay like at the piano, but I was like, okay, I want to try guitar. Like, I've seen the guitar. I've seen people play the guitar. Like, I want to play the guitar. I also shifted from like listening to a lot of rap music to a lot of indie music, alternative music. So most of that is guitar playing. Yeah. So I was like, I want to learn these songs, but it sounds a little silly learning them on the piano because it's not a piano or like keyboard song that you play. It's a guitar song. So, oh God, we're jumping like a lot here. But when I first started making music, it was mostly like piano and keyboard stuff. But so once I like got into more of the indie and alternative stuff, and I wanted to move more of my music that I was making at that time more into guitar stuff, I asked one of my friends, Evan, I was like, man, like, I want to learn guitar. Like, can you teach me how to play guitar? Because I knew he played guitar. And he was like, sure, yeah, dude. And so, like, out of the blue, like, randomly, he gave me one of his guitars that he didn't use anymore. And so that's when it started. I was like, you know, when you get excited to learn something and you have all the excitement, you just can't wait to play. That's exactly how I felt, like, with the piano.
Couldn't wait to get home.
Yeah, literally. And so I started playing guitar in my room again on YouTube, learn how to play just the simple chords, like C, D, E, like all the simple chords. But actually, it's so, like, coincidentally, that year, they started doing guitar classes at East. That was the first year they ever did, like guitar classes. And I was like, okay, I'm signing up for this. And I feel like I was like one of the only ones that took it serious, because I actually wanted to learn. Like, there was people there that already knew how to play guitar.
Was it like after?
No, it was school? Like a course, like a
like one
class.
Then
it was like a 6th period or 4th period class that you would take in school.
And I feel like that's better because they just focus on guitar playing. It's not like a regular. It's not like a music class that you do the recorder, then you do the guitar, and then I think you do the xylophone. I forgot what instrument it was. But it would just focus on guitar playing,
like mainly guitar. And it was cool because it wasn't like you're not learning about the guitar. You have a guitar in your hand, and you're playing the guitar the whole class. Like, it was like, I love that class. Even thinking about it now, like, one of my friends that was in that class, he'd tell me back then, like, I used to suck at playing. He was like, you suck. Like, you used to suck at playing guitar, but, like, it's amazing to see now, like, where you are, like, how you play. But he was there when I first started learning guitar. So, like, that class was, like, a huge help. It was, like, the next stepping stone to learn how to play, like, that instrument. And I think that's why now I'm better at guitar than piano, because I actually had a teacher to teach me how to play guitar and properly. Like, I'm sure I have, like, I don't play the piano properly. I don't think I do.
Did you continue playing piano here and there? Or
Okay, I still had my keyboard too, but I didn't play it as much because I was.
You still have that keyboard?
Oh, no.
Oh, that would have been dope.
Yeah, I think we sold it. Actually, I let one of my friends borrow it, and he gave it back, but he didn't give me, like, the power outlet thing.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, I just couldn't turn it on ever again because I didn't have the power strip. So we probably just sold it at a garage sale or something.
Yeah, that's what happens to a lot of things. And ahorita, not trying to, change the topic. We'll go back.
Yeah.
But that's what happens to a lot of things. You know, as you grow older, you're, like, looking for that one thing. Like, hey, have you seen this? Oh, we sold it a long time ago. We sent it to Mexico. You're like, oh, dang.
Like, you know how Mexican parents are. They have garage sales, like, all the time. So they're just, like, looking to sell anything. But anyway, like, the guitar class, it helped a lot. It honestly, like, helped immensely. And with that being, like, it was like, so coincidentally, like, wow, like, I just started playing guitar, and now, like, there's a class. Like, it was like, it was a huge help, honestly. And, like, I'd want to thank Mr. Demore, my teacher, because he was a really good teacher. Like, he was.
Were you in that class too, or?
Yeah.
Did you guys meet there?
No.
Oh, okay.
That year.
Oh, yeah.
Guitar class. I had a choir the same period that he had guitar.
Yeah.
And those classes were next to each other.
Yeah.
There you go. She sings.
So,
she can teach you.
Yeah, but really. She says I sing better than her, but which is not true. That's not true. No, that's not true at all. But
you have to put her on the track. That way we can compare.
But yeah, like, the guitar class was next to her, so that's how like that's how she knew of me. I didn't know of her because, like, you know, it's choir class. I wasn't paying attention. but yeah, like I said, again, the guitar class was just, like, a huge help. Like, I don't think I would have been where I am now, like, in guitar playing, if it wasn't for that class. Maybe I would have been. But it definitely helped playing, like, because you go to school every day.
Yeah.
So you play guitar every day.
Yeah.
So that helped. But even, like, I'd go home and play, because now I'd have my own guitar now.
Yeah.
So now I'd go home and play guitar, like, all day. And I feel like the majority of the second half of my high school, like, I guess not career. I guess, you know what I mean.
What year did you take this class? Start taking this class?
My junior year. Yeah.
Okay.
I think. So junior and senior year, it was like nonstop guitar playing.
Oh, that's
like
that's,
all the
that's
time.
cool. Because usually you're only allowed to take it 1 year, but you were able to take it 2 years.
Well, because the class did so well, and there were so many people that were taking the class that they added a second course.
Oh.
So there was guitar 1, and then there was guitar 2 for the people that like advanced from guitar 1.
That's dope. I hope they still have that class.
Yeah, they do. I think they do, right? Yeah.
Oh,
they
that's
still
dope.
yeah.
Y ahorita, who are your big inspirations to guitar playing? You know,
guitar playing.
Yeah, I hope I know one of the names.
Oh man, honestly, like even though like I'm literally wearing a Rolling Stones t-shirt.
Yeah.
Like I like Keith Richards, the guitarist for that band, and I like Jimmy Page. I like the classic. Like the classic rock guitars, like they're cool, but it's not really what I play. I feel like if I were to compare to somebody that I like now a lot is King Cruel. Like I love to play like how he plays, love the chords that he plays, and I'm not like a shredder kind of guy that like just shreds on the guitar. I like to play chords on the guitar. I like how they sound. I like how to play them in a certain way, and I feel like he does that a lot. Like I like the way he plays the chords on the guitar, the shapes that he plays.
Okay.
But I think he's like one of the like main influences. I'd say Jerry Paper and Home Shake. Like it's just like stuff that I like listen to all the time, and I listen to the guitar playing, like I said, and the chord shapes that they use.
Ahorita with my non-music knowledge, what's a chord shape?
What do you mean? What's a chord shape? Like, what's a chord or like a chord shape?
Ahorita que you like their.
Okay, so think of like the position of. Okay, well, this is
it like a style or
the thing about guitar is that you could play one chord in like 5 different ways.
Oh, okay.
With piano, you could play one chord in one way. And if you play like a little bit higher on the piano, it's just an octave higher, but it's not like a different voicing. Like when you play it on a guitar, you can play a E chord here or up here or up here or like down here, and just the way that they played it in that specific way, I liked how they played it, and like just watching them play, it's like, oh, I could play that. Like I could play that too. Like let me put my fingers here. And that's how I learned how to play a lot of guitar too, is just learning songs the way that they played it.
Okay.
So naturally I just fell in love with how like their style of playing, whether it be like strumming too, like the way they strum. It's really nice.
So ahorita, what's the difference between electric guitar and regular guitar?
Oh my god.
Or have we been talking about electric guitar the whole time?
I've only owned, I guess up until recently, I've only owned the electric guitars.
Okay.
They're kind of the same, just acoustics. They don't have pickups, which is what makes the electric guitar make like half sound come out.
Okay.
But I started learning on an acoustic.
Oh, okay.
But now I do have electric. I have like 3 electric guitars.
Oh. So Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Is he an electric guitarist?
Yeah. I forgot to say that. Oh my god. Jimmy is also another,
I was hoping you were gonna.
Jimmy.
I'm like, most likely he's the only one I'm gonna know.
Well, Jimmy is like one of those, because everyone knows he's like the greatest guitarist of all time. It's like a unspoken thing that, like, if you are a guitar player, your favorite guitarist or one of them is gonna be Jimi Hendrix.
So Rita, I'm gonna ask you, have you? Because it's a famous solo that he did. I think it's a solo. Forgive me if I'm saying the wrong term. And Woodstock, when I was watching a documentary or a video of somebody that was there explaining the way he felt, and then the way he was playing, and he could hear the bombs coming down, because it was during the time of. Was it Woodstock? No.
Yeah, it was. Oh, you're talking about the national anthem when he played it on his guitar.
I think so.
Yeah. So. Yeah, funny. There's a funny story about that. I'm pretty sure he was off like acid, like during that. So, I like just like a guitar player like him. He fully like made the guitar his own. Like he literally played through the guitar. So when
became one with the
he became one with the guitar. So when he says like he heard like the bombs and the shooting, like I'm sure he did because he was literally one with his guitar. That's just like he's a master of like the guitar. So if like for him to be able to just like even hear stuff that isn't even playing, but he plays with it. Like that's how you know that's a real master of their instrument. And but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like the Woodstock, that was like a huge thing. Like
I think it was in Illinois, right?
Was it in Illinois? No, there is a Woodstock, Illinois.
Okay,
but I don't think it was. Was it in Illinois? I don't think it was in Illinois.
All right, so you if you want to keep talking about guitar, if we're missing anything, you know. So you went from piano, guitar, and then are you practicing any other instrument?
Or? I'm learning to play drums right now. I've been learning to play for like I'd say maybe a year now. But I went from guitar to bass, which is not really like the big change. It's just like 2 strings less. It's just so bass isn't like that hard. But it is a whole different instrument. Like you can't play guitar and bass. Like they're just 2 different instruments. You can't play bass like a guitar. You can't play guitar like a bass. But drums is what I'm learning now. I don't know. I feel like I always just want to keep learning how to play more and more instruments. Like if I could, or if I ever got the chance to, I love to play saxophone because that's like a dream instrument that I love to play. But that takes years and years of like practice to even get to like a decent level of saxophone playing because it's just a tough instrument to learn how to play.
It kind of like the saxophone, I can kind of relate to the guitar because you can kind of become one with the saxophone. Like you can make it. You can make some certain sounds, or even a famous. If nobody knows about music, they've seen the sexy saxophone and man, it makes you like. Even if you're not musically inclined, you know that's like a little love song, you know.
So I feel like saxophone is one of those where it's like a little easier to improvise because you could just play, of course, to the right key. But like if you just play, you could really make it your own and play your own style. Whether like maybe you'll have influences, of course, but like a saxophone is like one of those that's like really easy to just improvise and like really show like how you play. Or I don't know, maybe that's just coming from a guy that doesn't play saxophone. But I think that's how I look at it. Like you really embody yourself in the saxophone and you play how you want to make it sound. Like you could also do that with guitar. But I feel like to improvise, it's a little bit not easier, but it sounds a little better on like a sax because it's good. Like when you hear a sax, like you're like, wow, that sounds like that sounds really good.
I wish I could play instruments, man. I wish I had a rhythm.
I mean, honestly, I feel like a lot of like instrument playing is discipline. Like you'd have to discipline yourself a lot to just sit down and mess up over and over and over again. Which, like a lot of that comes from skateboarding. Because when I've been skateboarding since I was a kid. So the discipline of doing things over and over came from skateboarding, which is like it helped a lot in like just sitting down. It's like play a chord and I didn't play it right. I gotta play it again. And I do that for hours in my room, just play guitar for hours. And I mean that's how you build skill. That's how you build. I don't even want to say talent because like talent and skill are like 2 different things. Because you could build a skill, but you could be talented at something else. But I don't know. They go hand in hand, I guess.
So as you're talking music, porque it's something I'm not good at, you know. I'm relating it to sports, you know. Like I'm pretty sure you know of these 2 guys. Cristiano Ronaldo, he has the skill. Leo Messi has the talent, you know. One of them was born with it. The other one had to work hard to become it, you know. And they're both great players, you know.
But I bet you both had discipline. Like they both had the discipline
for sure.
Because of course some people start off with like I said, let's say guitar playing. Like some kids just learn how to play fast. Like they're just talented like that. and then there's people that work for it, like years of practice and like learning the instruments. So they could be like one and the same or like two different things. I guess it depends on who you ask. Like if is this skill or talent. But like I think if you're, like, I don't know, what would you consider, like me, I guess? Was that skill or talent?
I think it would be, because you coming from a non-music background, I think you had the talent, but you developed the skill, you know?
Yeah.
So you were talented, but you developed the skill to, porque, let's say, I don't know how to explain it. So let's say you were talented, but until you desired that passion for music, it's like, okay, I need to develop these skills, you know?
I get what you, like, so the talent was there, it just, the skills of, like, the discipline of playing over it, just...
So maybe
like,
that's helped. What it is, yeah.
Yeah. Dang, I forgot what I was about to say. Yeah,
it happens to me a lot. If it comes back, pero okay, Feltwell. How do you come up with your songwriting? Is it what do you do? Like your process of writing songs? Yeah.
It comes really naturally. Yeah. I feel like with a lot of the stuff that I...
a lot of the...
a lot of the stuff that I do, it just comes to me naturally. Because it's just like something that I like to do. And that's always been like that, whether it been like if you look at MESHOFMEN, like a lot of the stuff is just things that I like. And I think people like when they know, when like someone like, I guess, let's say me, like... People like when they know what they want, and they execute it, and they also they just know what they want. Like for me, I just find everything really natural. It's just like I just make stuff, and like whatever comes out of what I made, that's what it is. I'm not gonna like further dwell onto like what I want it to be, because that's not. For me, that's not really how I make music. I like to just sit down. Whatever comes out, I record it and finish it there. If I sit on it, I mean, there is songs that I sit on for a while. Yeah. But for the most part, like when I come to write a song, it just pick up the guitar, start playing, start humming like a little dang, what's it called? A melody, like, you know, and you know, just build upon the song. Yeah. I don't ever like try and like think in my head of songs to do later. I mean I have done it like a couple times, but for the most part I feel like it's really natural where I just sit down and play, and because that's like you're really vulnerable there, because like you get to just show right away like what it is that you want to express through a song. And that's how I usually write a lot of my songs, is just naturally I sit down and whatever comes out, that's what I'm gonna, you know.
And are you the type of person that as you're sitting down strumming the guitar, humming the melody, like do you write things down or do you keep it in your head? Or because I like something you said earlier, that how you came up with the Feltwell. It came out, you thought about it, you wrote it down, and I talked it out.
I build upon everything.
So to me, sometimes I come up with topics to talk about on the podcast. I'm like, I'm gonna remember, and then I sit down and I'm like, what did I think about? What did I so that's cool that you think about it, write it down. You know,
I mean, and we have like all these tools. Like we have like our whole entire phone. Sometimes I go on my voice memos, and if I'm playing guitar, I'm like, okay, I like how this sounds. I'm gonna record it real fast, and then I'll finish it later. That's the same thing with like when I hear like a melody in my head and I sing it, I was like, oh, that sounds good, let me record it, voice memo. And so I have a bunch of demos on my phone where it's like just me singing. Whether it be bad, I kind of know what I was going for the most part, like the general idea of what I want it to sound like. Like that's the same thing with like lyrics. Like I hear, usually the way lyrics start is like I think of a sentence in my head and I type it, and usually later on when I'm writing the song, I build upon it. Yeah. I build upon like that sentence, because you always have a thought that you remember. You said, you want to remember, but then you don't. When you're like, oh, what was I thinking about? So like to make it easier, I just wrote it on, like I type it on my phone on my notes app. So I literally just have notes filled with like, you could probably go through my notes and it'd be like just random things. It's like, what is he talking about?
Wings, ranch.
So like when you write stuff down so you can remember it later, it becomes a little easier to just remember all the stuff that you wanted to, you know, like the, you know what I mean? Like you.
So ahorita, yeah. How was the Daytona? You know, what inspired you? How did that song come together?
Like I said, she was there. Like she saw it happen. It literally, I was like, I'm gonna make a song. I have these chords. Here we go. Record. Press record. Recorded the part. I was like, okay, let me add a bass to this. Bass. I was like, okay. Oh, well, actually, I started with the drums because I had like this drum track that I recorded like a while back, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna use this. Not right now. I don't know when, but I'll save it for later. I'll use it later. And so then the time came, and I was like, okay, let me use these drums. And so started laying the guitar down, the bass, the lead, and I was like, oh my god, this is a song. This is like, we're getting there.
Yeah,
we're getting there. And so I finished the song, like the structure of it, but it was no lyrics, no vocals yet. So I was like, okay, I'll go back to that. Yeah. And then the next day, it was literally like, I think it was like 7 a.m. that I woke up because I was excited. You stayed up all night. I was excited to finish this song. I was like, okay, I need to add lyrics. And because it's fresh in my memory, I was like, okay, I'll add to it before I overthink about like the song. Okay. And so I'll just finish it now. So it was literally the morning after, and I don't know, I think I had like the first line in my phone. What is it? It's change that is I can't handle. Though that first line I had in my phone. I was like, okay, I'll use that and I'll build upon it. And so usually how it goes is I start recording and I start singing like random stuff, like blah, 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 you know, just random things, and something will come out. I'm like, okay, I like that. I'll write it on my phone. Okay, cool. And then you just keep doing that until you have a full song, and it's like, oh, I'm done. Like, this is the song.
And how do you know when you're done with the...
Oh, God, you just have to know. Because there's... Like, I have this one song right now that I've been working on for... God, it's going to be a year now that I've had this song. And I haven't, like... I keep going back to it to try and add to it. You kind of have to not get yourself stuck in that, like, mindset of when to finish it. Like, when is it, like, good? When is it done? You have to, for me at least, I kind of just know. It's like, okay, it's done. Yeah. It's done. Like for a lot of things, it's like I said, things come naturally to me. So when I think it's like, okay, it's done, it's okay, it's done. It's done now. Okay. It's done. Like, no more touching it. That's it. That's the song. For Daytona, it was really easy because I was like, I like this. For the most part, I like this song. I was like, it's done. It's done. And I mean, when I'm making music too, I try and finish the bass of the song, like drums, guitar, bass, lead, and maybe like backing vocals. Okay, that's like the base of the song, and usually the lyrics come last because, like I said, I'm not like a good songwriter, like at least not yet. Like, I don't think I am. So that usually comes last. But since I've been making music since high school, like I said, like, I know structure of a song. Like, I know what needs to be in a song and like where things should be. But lyrics is just like, you know, I have a hard time, like I said, I even have a hard time just thinking of things to talk about. But what helps, like I said, is the notes app, like writing things down to remember. And then when you go back and you think, or you scroll through the notes, now you have things to talk about. Yeah. So that's how I'm building like my skill for songwriting. And I don't know, Daytona was fun. Yeah. It was like one of those songs that's just fun and it just happened. And it's like I said, naturally, like natural it just talent. Came out. It just not natural talent. I guess if you want to call it. I myself, like, I don't consider myself talented.
You are.
Maybe
if you can play a piano, guitar, you are talented. Well,
because like that's just things that I like to do, but I've never thought about it in that way. Yeah, even though I know, like, it's not like I'm saying like I haven't been told that I am talented. I'm just saying, like, me in general, like, I think I just like to do stuff. I literally just like to do stuff.
Okay.
That's like, whether it be like anything creative. I just like to
kind of like a part of you, you know?
Oh yeah, because it is me. Like a lot of the stuff that I put out is just like an extension of me. Like it's my creative thoughts that I've like put out. So for me, it feels really natural to play guitar or play piano now, or like make anything. Because I think even as a kid, I feel like I was really not really, I guess, creative. I was really creative, and I like to think outside of the box. I like to be like, oh, what if we try this, or what if I made this? What if I tried doing this?
Yeah. And the cool thing that you can express it through music, you know. Like you said, if you're feeling a little down, let me make a little down music. I'm feeling happy, let me make a happy song, you know.
Yeah, that's literally like, that's why I think it's good to have plenty of like outlets and like places where you could not vent, but like you could express yourself in different ways. Like the brand, I like making shirts, like, because it's cool to wear something that you made. Like you hold it yourself. It's like music too. It's like you listen to the song that you made. Like that's like it's a feeling like no other. Like you will never get that feeling of, not like you, but like like anyone. Like you'll get that feeling of like I made this. Like maybe when you like, I bet you when you look back at older podcasts and it's like, oh, that was fun. Like I remember making that. That's what it is. Like with just making anything in general, it's like that's really fun to me, at least. I try to have fun with a lot of the stuff that I do. Yeah. Because if I don't know, I guess everything is really natural to me.
And that's how it's supposed to be, you know. Porque I've always been a good drawer. I used to love art, but I don't know what happened. I don't know at what point I started to hate it. You know, I think my hatred towards art started when I started. I was working painting houses.
Oh God!
And I hated. I loved when it was an empty house. You would just, it didn't matter if you drop paint on the carpet because it was gonna get replaced. But I didn't like when we would go and we had to move furniture. We had to be more careful. I think that's when my hate. I don't know how. I don't know why. Because it's two different things. You know, like painting a house to drawing a face. You know.
Yeah.
Pero it's something I wish I could go. Not come on, like what's a good way to say it? Kind of enjoy it, you know. I wish I could enjoy it more.
Yeah.
Before we transition aquí to MESHOFMEN, I want to ask you, you guys do shows now.
Oh yeah.
And how is that? Do you memorize the songs? How is it memorized? Porque you say you use one word here, una word that you remembered here. So once you put the song together, is it hard to memorize the song or?
Oh no, it's not, because you play it over and over and over again. Like usually practices too. Like when we go and practice for like a show.
Yeah.
We run through the song. We run through the whole set, and that's like, it's like a rep in the gym. Like you remember how the lyrics go, how you play the guitar for this specific part. And I mean, since I wrote most of the stuff, like I remember like where the chord shapes are and like where I should be playing it, when I should come in. So it just takes a lot of practice, a lot of playing. Like I said, the memory, or like what VACANTS means to me is all the practices that we had. Like we practiced so much just to get to the point where we could just like sound good. Even though we were sounding good, we were like, we could sound better if we just practice more and more and more. Like practice, like I said, it makes perfect. Like there's nothing like practice. It's discipline.
Yeah, porque you know artists and they have a big
discography, like a catalog of songs.
That's something I think about. Like, how do they remember all these songs? You know, like they have to forget their older stuff, or there has to be a song they can't get down. You know.
Well, I think that's like I said, you practice your set, so beforehand they kind of know what songs you're gonna play. Yeah. So like that for us too, we know what songs we're gonna play, so we practice those songs. And like the show that we had, we practiced that set for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and just 2 or 3 weeks straight we practiced that set. We didn't play anything else just so we didn't get distracted. I mean, I'm sure we did.
Well, was there a time where you're like, okay, let's not play this song, but let's replace it with this one?
Yeah, in the beginning, it was a lot of what should we put on the set list? Like, what should we play? And we had a couple songs that we were going to play that like were our songs, but then we replaced them with like covers because we were like, oh, let's just play these covers. It'd be nice to play covers for once. Because back when we first started playing shows, like in 2021, in 2021, like in the beginning of 2021, we were playing nothing but like our songs. Okay. And most of those didn't have lyrics because, like I said, I just learned how to songwrite. Yeah. So we were like, oh, let's just play some covers to fill in space for songs that are not yet finished. So that's what we did. And now, I mean, I really enjoy like the set list that we have now. It's really fun to play. But yeah, we like in the beginning of choosing a set, it's just picking and choosing which ones. And then we all have to agree as a band too. Like it's not just me. Like we all agree upon. Is
there sometimes arguments of like, nah, let's not play this cover. Let's play this cover. And this is more hype, you know.
It's funny because there's like 2 songs. Yeah, there's 2 songs in our set list that I didn't want to play in the beginning, but now like I love to play them. Oh yeah. But in the beginning I was like, no, I don't want to play these songs because like I don't know, I just didn't want to play them because those songs were, I mean, they were kind of special to me, so I didn't want to not do them justice by like playing them bad. But I like how we play them too. Okay. So either way, it turned out fine. But stuff like that happens. Where
which ones are they?
It's the Ooze and Slide In and the Ooze.
But why are they special to you, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, because like King Cruel, like I said, he's one of my favorite artists and guitar players. So like those songs are just special to me because I would rank, especially that album that like those songs come off of. That's like my number 1 album, like favorite album of all time. At least right now, that's what it is. So to me, it was like kind of it was special. Like those songs are special to me just because like just like they mean a lot to me. Like whether it be the way he plays it, the way it sounds, like it's just something that inspires me still to this day. Yeah. So I was like, I don't want to like not do them justice, but it was fine. It turned out good anyways because they sounded good and I like the way we play them. Yeah. So I like in the end I didn't mind it, but there is like we do like as a band like. You argue a lot. You do argue a lot, like within band members. But like at the end of the day, it's all love. Like we're all just.
That's the cool about you guys spend so much time together that you guys develop this bond, this brotherhood.
It's like a family.
Yeah,
like
there you go.
To be honest, like I see them sometimes as like brothers. Like like sometimes they really make me mad, and sometimes it's like we're chilling, we're cool. But that comes with being in a band. You know, it seems a lot like a lot. How do I say this? It seems a lot better on the outside than it is on the inside because you're not like under the stress of playing, under like the stress of making songs. But like besides that, I still like I love the guys. Like I love my band. Like I said, it's like family. They're like my brothers. It's like you fight with your family all the time, but at the end of the day, you're still family. Like to them, like to me, like they're still like they're the homies. Like I don't want to ever like be mad at them to a certain point, you know?
So how was that the first time you played with your brothers on a stage? Describe that feeling, just playing your jams.
I think the first time we ever like played a real show, because we had like a live stream that we did, like where they had a show, but there was no one there, but it was live streamed.
Was that during COVID?
Yeah, that was during COVID, yeah. So we did that show. And, you know, I wasn't as nervous. Like, the only other people that were there were the other bands. Okay. Which, like, it didn't make me that nervous. But once we finally did our, like, official first show at the Halfway House, I don't know if you've seen it. Like, if you've seen on people's stories, they go to, like, a basement.
I think so, yeah.
So that's where we played our first show. And it was nervous. Like, I was nervous. Like, man, I was so nervous. Because I've never sung, like, in front of anybody. I've never played guitar in front of anybody besides, like, close, like like people around me, but like I've never played to a crowd before, And our drummer, he's played to a crowd before because he's in band, so he's played to plenty of crowds.
Yeah.
So he wasn't really nervous, at least from what I know. He wasn't really nervous. But I feel like I was the most nervous because I was just singing in front of people and playing guitar. And I mean, even that itself, I feel like it's a skill because to play guitar and sing, it's like you got to keep time too. Like it's really hard.
Yeah.
So I was nervous that I was gonna mess up a lot, but the show turned out great. Oh man, like I said, there's no other feeling like being on stage.
How many songs did you play at your first
We play like
gig? That's what you did.
I'd say it's a gig show.
Yeah.
We play like maybe 6 or 7.
Oh, so
like
you were there
6 or
for
7.
a while.
Yeah, we played it like a half an hour set. Because we weren't closing the show, but we had like a little slot, so we played like half an hour, I think.
At what point did you feel because you came at it nervous?
Yeah,
you were nervous. I'm gonna sing in front of all these people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the guitar in front of all these people. And at what point you were like, "We got this."
Yeah,
it's all good.
After the second song, after Time Again, because we started we started with 9:06 p.m. Not to spoil the sellers. We start with 9:06 and then we go to Time Again. And once I finished Time Again, I was like, okay. Like I chilled out a little bit. I think we're okay now, but still, like throughout the whole set, I was still nervous, like I said. But I feel like it calmed down a little bit. But it's so fun. It's fun being on stage, even though I sometimes don't even like want to be on stage.
Yeah.
Like even once I get on there, it's like okay, now it's fun. Like now I like being up here.
So then you guys got done with the set.
Mm-hmm.
How was the energy when you guys got off?
She was in the crowd.
Oh yeah, how was it seeing him for the first time performing?
It was so insane.
Yeah.
Many people were there.
I forgot to mention that. There was for our first show, there was a lot of people there.
Oh yeah?
There was a lot of people there. And that's not even like there's a lot of people there. No, there was a lot more than I think any of us expected to see us.
No wonder you were nervous.
Yeah, that was another reason too. But like even throughout when we were playing, when we finished the song, the crowd was just so energetic and like they loved the songs. Whether it was like even if we messed up a little bit, that's okay because like it's our first show.
Yeah.
But for that first show, the crowd was great. Like they were amazing. Like and when we finished too, like people were coming up to us because like, oh my god, I can't believe you did this. Like your first show, like congratulations. So it was like a big hoorah. Like it was really nice.
So one of your band members, Gus?
Yeah, Gus, the drummer.
Like what was the energy with Gus, David, and
Tony? Well, I mean, like our respective like people, like they came, like Tony's people came up to him saying like he killed it, and like people came up to me saying I killed it, and it was like some people that I didn't even know, they'd be like, oh, you did great. Same thing with like with the other guys. And I mean, Gus is a really good drummer, so like of course like people went up to him and like, wow, like you killed it. Not to say that like we didn't kill or anything, but he just he plays really well. But even just like throughout the whole night, there was just so much love. Like people were just showing love and support, and just like you guys sounded great. Like
so, the first gig you guys had, y ahorita ya is your third, fourth gig that you guys
like
had recently. And how was that? Was the nervousness still there? You felt more calm, or
I feel like I was a little more comfortable on stage now, even though it was like my third. I think it was our third show. I guess fourth, if you consider. We did like a little secret show.
Okay. Fourth.
So I'd say it was like our fourth. And since it wasn't like our first one back, like, because we did like the secret show, it wasn't our first show back to playing in front of people. I felt a little more comfortable on stage. Even the second time when we played Kiss the Sky the week after our first show, even that one felt like it was just chill. Like I felt like this is a little more calming.
Yeah.
Cause I mean it was a little more intimate and like calming, like I said. So the first show it was a little crazy because there was a lot of people and like it's a place where you get rowdy and you get crazy. Yeah. But the second one it was like it's a little more calm. We're gonna play our songs. And so it kind of felt the same way for this show that we did recently. It was calming, and I felt like a little more comfortable on stage. And since we introduced our new band member Nico, which he plays keys, like I was a little nervous on how he was gonna do, but I trusted him to know that he was gonna do well. Yeah. But besides that, it felt really good being on stage again. Like it was really fun, and like the amount of people again that came to show love after us not playing maybe like 6 months. Like we took like a 6 month or maybe more. It was probably more actually. Yeah. Like we took a break. No, yeah, it was way more because the last time we did our second show was August 6th of 2021. Oh. And so the next official show that we played was June 4th, 2022. So that was like 8 months, almost a year. Yeah. So, but even like for all the people that came out to like show love, it was like, again, amazing. And the other bands that we had, like Nathan and Jason and Curse, like they were great. Yeah. And you know, it feels good to be on stage again, I think.
and even the vibe of the venue, Kids the Sky, right?
Yeah.
Like it's nothing but nostalgia all over the room.
A bunch of records.
I've been wanting to go see you guys, but every time something comes up, this last time. I didn't have a car, so I kept telling Chins like, "Hey, what time's the show?" He's like, "Oh, it's gonna be a little late. Like they're gonna perform a little later." Yeah. So I was like, "Yeah, I can make it. make it." But I thought you guys were gonna perform. I think it started at 7 or 8.
Yes. So the doors opened at 7. It started at 7:30, and we went on like maybe at 9. I think.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna make it. But then I think I saw Chins the next day. I was like, "Oh, you guys? How was the show?" He's like, "Oh, it was good. It was real good." He's like, "You would have made it."
Yeah, you would have. That's all right. We have more shows. Like down the line, we have the whole summer to do shows. Yeah. We have one this weekend actually on Saturday, but it's kind of far. It's kind of like near Chicago.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that'll be our first like Chicago show too, like because it's kind of near there. Yeah. Well, kind of. I say that like loosely. It's kind of like near Chicago, but it's like our first far show that we've ever done.
Yeah, I'll post it on the Instagram to see if.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
that way they can go flyer, see.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll do more shows like later down the summer too. I'm sure we'll do more Kiss the Sky shows because you know it's a cool place to play. Yeah. We love playing there.
And you guys spending a lot of time there too, right? So
well, Gus works there. He's like the social media manager there. Oh, okay. So he does stuff for social media there. But even before, we'd go there all the time because, like, I collect records myself. Gus collects records. Oh, okay. Nico does as well. So we'd always just spend a lot of time there and get to know the owner. Yeah. And we got to know the owner really well, and he like let us play shows there. He's a really nice dude. Yeah. Like, if you want to go support Kiss the Sky and go buy a record, even if you don't have a record player, it's cool to just hold like an album that you like. It's like, wow, this is like holding a physical copy. It's like owning a CD, but like you get more in a record. So if you want to show love to Steve, go out to Kiss the Sky.
Yeah. And Batavia, right?
Batavia, yeah.
Tell them Vacants sent you.
Oh yeah, tell them Vacants sent you. Feltwell, Vacants. Or Carnales podcast. So,
there you go.
Yeah.
You're like, who's that? But ahorita ya transitioning to the brand, you know, MESHOFMEN. When are you guys gonna drop again? Or let's start from the beginning. Okay. You know, like. I don't know if you guys are short on time or it doesn't matter.
No, we could go all day.
How was the brand? You know, You said at the beginning you guys would work on the brand and then take a break stuff, on music. Yeah. So I feel like it kind of all comes together.
It's it's like a workflow. Like we take breaks from doing music stuff, and then we take breaks from doing the MESHOFMEN stuff. But in the beginning, this actually spans back to like so long ago. Like from like 2016, me and my friend Ernesto, we were like, "Dang, we should make T-shirts." Like. It'll be really fun to do T-shirts, because like I said, we skate, so like it's pretty common for people to start their own like brand, like in the skateboarding community. So I was like, let's do that. Like that'll be really cool. We can make videos and stuff, like promoting the shirts. We could like skate in our own shirts, and people would be like, "Oh, like what are you wearing? Like what's that?" So in the beginning, it was mostly like, "Oh, let's make T-shirts because that'll be cool." And that's what it was for a while.
Yeah.
And then we started. Keep in mind, I make all the t-shirts in my basement. Like I don't have like a manufacturing company making my t-shirts. Like I make them myself. I do all the silk screen work, all the screen printing. I do it all the embroidery in my basement. So if you've ever bought a shirt, I probably made that myself in my room or in the basement.
And that's something cool, you know, because you're like, you put your blood, sweat, and tears into the.
Oh man,
I heard you stayed up.
I think I've probably made over like 300 shirts, which it doesn't seem like a lot, but when you see 300
you're
shirts,
right there
it's
making
a lot.
them.
Actually, no. If a little more accurately, I think in total of like t-shirts and hoodies and everything that I've made, I've made over like 500 things like that I've embroidered or screen printed myself, which is a lot. It's a lot of t-shirts and a lot of stuff to make. But like I said, I like to have fun with a lot of stuff that I do. So that even if it's like hard work, like I'd come home from work to work on t-shirts, but it didn't feel like work because it was fun. It was fun to do. Like,
so how was ahorita going back to all the names? You know, what does Mesh of Men stand for?
Oh,
or what does it mean? How did you come up with it?
So, MESHOFMEN used to be my alt account name. That was just my Finsta, I guess.
Oh, okay.
It used to be called MESHOFMEN, and that's what I just had it under. And like a lot of things, like I said, I write them down and they look cool.
Yeah.
And so for that, it was just like, I'll just use that. But in the beginning, it was more like Smoking Kills because I don't know, you've seen the Smoking Kill shirts.
Yeah.
Like we'd make Smoking Kill shirts because they look cool, but I got to a point where I was like, I don't really want to call it Smoking Kills because that's not like you don't really see that as a brand name. Or maybe you do, I don't know. But for me, it was like, I don't really see that as a brand name. So I was like, dang, what should I use? So I looked at my other account, the name. I was like, MESHOFMEN. I was like, oh, that's cool. And now there's more, like I said, there's more meaning to it because it's like a mesh of men, as in like David, Ernesto, and me, which is like we're the main ones that started it. So now we're a mesh of men. Yeah. And a lot of we'd have this T-shirt in the beginning where it's 3 hearts and each one of them represents like one of us.
Oh, okay.
Which,
okay.
Little
Easter egg.
So
if you guys didn't know,
so even like I said, I don't really have like thought behind the name.
Yeah.
It usually just comes later on. It's like, oh, this is what this means. But I probably couldn't put my words out like how I thought it meant. But
you have a cool way of coming up with names, you know? Like sometimes, como te digo, aquí with Carnales, you know, I have my brother and I started this like Carnales podcast, you know? But you're just like, it looks, I like that, you know? Like you don't limit yourself to like, who am I? What represents me? Like, no, I just like this, you know? And
I mean, I think even when I was like a kid, like I'd like to just do.
Yeah.
Like just do stuff just because I want to do stuff. And I'm still the same now. I still like to do stuff because just because I want to do it. And I feel like that's how all things should be. Like you should always just try and do stuff just because you want to do it.
And that's something that's cool with you know, porque the way you dress, you don't see a lot of people dress like the way, but you, como dices tú, you just do. Yeah. You like it, you do it. And like a lot of people is like, what are people gonna say?
That's something definitely I've like overcome.
Yeah.
It's all about like knowing yourself. Yeah. If you know you're comfortable with yourself, then who's to tell you that you can't wear that, or like why are you wearing that?
You're an inspiration porque you know I was skinny back then. I got married, have a kid, you know, I work, come back. I stay busy, you know, so I kind of don't have time to work out sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes I do, which I rather sleep, you know. So I gain weight. So I'm like, man, I wish I could lose weight and like dress, you know, and rock it, you know.
But honestly, I feel like confidence is everything. It's just being confident in the way you are. Yeah. Like I'm sure you could pull off some of the stuff that I could wear if you wanted to. Yeah. Like if you were to dwell into that, I'm sure you could.
Yes.
It's all about whether you want to do it or like if you want if you have the confidence, I guess, to do that.
Yeah, when I was younger, I cared a lot about what people had to say. You know, I collected sneakers because everybody was rocking sneakers, you know. So I kind of followed trends, you know. Now that I think about it, I'm like, man, I wish I could have done all this. Porque they like for example, in high school, I dressed baggy, but I liked, por decir, Aeropostale clothes, you know.
Yeah.
But I couldn't wear it because I didn't want to get made fun of, you know. So that's something like como dices tú, the confidence to wear something. Y ahorita ya. It's something that también my brother, he dressed comfortably, you know. He didn't care if he matched or not. I was always like, no, my shoes have to match my shirt, you know. Yeah. So it kind of like going back to the brand, do you just do. It kind of relates to the drops you've been having and. You know,
I feel like everything that I've done and that I will do has been just because I'm comfortable enough to know that I could do something. Yeah. Not in like a cocky way. Just know, like, I'm comfortable with myself and knowing that I could put something out and I like it. Yeah. And I don't really have to think about, like, what other people think. Yeah. Just because that's kind of how I've always been. Like, if you... Like, I think one of the main reasons, like, how we were talking about, like, dressing... Like, one of the reasons why I could wear, like, what I wear now and not care is because in, like, middle school and, like, high school, I was wearing, like, bright colors and, like, just weird stuff. I was like, why are you wearing that? But, like, since no one... I guess people would question me, but I wouldn't really care. Like, I wouldn't mind it. It's like, oh, I'm going to wear what I'm going to wear anyway. So, like, what? Like, why do you care?
I like it.
Yeah, I like it. So, at that time, I like to wear bright colors. I like to wear, like... flamboyant things. Like I used to have pink pants that I wear all the time. Like I used to, you know, just wear my pants a little higher than usual. And maybe I did get bullied, but like I don't remember. Like I didn't really take it that way because it's like, oh, okay, sure. Like I'm still gonna wear what I like. And usually, what I wore too, it's just inspiration from people that I like, and like I look up to the people that I look up to. Yeah. So. They're not really making fun of me. The people that I look up to aren't making fun of me. So why should I listen to like other people that one I don't really know and like their opinion doesn't it doesn't really matter that much. Yeah. And for me I don't like to take things too deeply. Like if something happens, I like to think really optimistically. I like to think optimistically a lot because that's just like I said, this is how I've been. Yeah. Like. When people talk to me like how we're talking right now about all the stuff that I've done, like I said, it feels really natural because it's just things that I've done, and it's cool to look back on. But it's just like I said, it just comes to me, and I just do. That's like a lot of the things though. Like I just do. I don't know. I don't really think about because I don't like to like second guess myself or like overthink too much about things just because. There's no really point to it. Yeah. If you really know what you want to do, just do it. Yeah, and that's how I've always been. And I think that's one of the reasons why I started wearing black more often. You know, like if you look at my closet, it's like black shirts, black pants. You know, Porque I'm just like I don't want to deal with picking a shirt, picking a pair of pants. I was just like, okay, black shirt, black pants. You know, if you're listening right now, like. Just do you know. If you want to wear those bright pink pants, wear them. You know, like it just if it makes you happy, if you like it, do it. You know, like that's something we started the podcast porque we wanted like do like an hour where they can listen and take something out of it, and they can be happy. You know, like make them laugh. So. Ahorita, people are always gonna judge, you know. Yeah. Whether you wear Jordans, you wear what's something you wear. People, I'm wearing like these big old platform boots right now. Like people are gonna judge, like, why are you wearing that? So regardless, people are gonna judge. Just be you and be happy, you honestly, know. So ahorita, going back to the MESHOFMEN. How do you or if anything you wanna say? Oh. So to go back on that, I guess, because we went on like a little tangent, but for the MESHOFMEN stuff, like I said, I'd come home and do this stuff, and I usually design a lot of the stuff. If if you see any of the designs on the t-shirt, usually it's me. David, he likes to draw stuff as well. And sometimes I just be like, oh, bring your sketchbook and we'll see what we could use. And we just build upon it. But for the most part, I'm like designing most of the stuff. And it's just things that I think look cool. It's not like a typical brand like where people just plaster their like name. Like when I first started it, I like to put cool pictures that I think look nice on a t-shirt or like cool words. Like that's a big thing of mine where I just think some words on paper, on a t-shirt, on a poster that they just look cool. And that's just like most of the stuff that I make too, like on the t-shirts, it's like what looks nice to me. Yeah. And thankfully enough, people like it too. Like I said in the beginning, it was just like an idea of we'll make t-shirts, and for the most part, I was just handing them out. Like I was just giving them away. Like, oh, here's a t-shirt that I made. You can wear it if you want, or you can throw it away, do whatever you want. But here's a t-shirt I made. And like I wasn't even selling them back then. I was just giving them to the homies. Yeah. But then we just thought, we're like, okay, let's sell them. And we didn't sell them for much. They were like $10. I used to sell shirts for like $5-10. And that was just like to the homies at the skate park. But eventually, like we started selling a lot. I was like, oh, I got like, let me make a website. Yeah. And from then on, we started getting like orders through the website, which was like cool. I was like, oh, this could be like a legitimate thing. Like I can make this into. I'd hate to call it a business, but it is a business. Yeah. Like I can make this into a business, which is cool because it's what I like to do. And hopefully, you know, I could do that with music as well, where I could make enough or people listen enough that I could just not make it a job, but make it a thing where it could make me be stable. Yeah. Like for a little while, like the MESHOFMEN stuff that I was making, like it was more than than I thought it would. So I would take that money and just put it back into it. So then at some point I wasn't even spending money on MESHOFMEN anymore. It was just spending money on itself. Which is like I never would have thought like the amount of orders that I've got and the amount of support that people have given like the brand, it's like it's insane. And
what was the support locally, or like did you ever get an order from like out of the state and you were like, what the heck?
Yeah, I've gotten I've gotten a few from California. I've gotten a few from like Montana, from Washington, from like New York. Like it's like well, how did you? But I'm also like I'm a social media person, so the word is gonna get out there, whether it be TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere, as long as people retweet, like, or share it. Like it's gonna get out there, and someone's gonna see it and be like, oh, what's that? Yeah. So people are bound to like buy and support stuff, which is cool. Like I never would have thought someone from Montana would have bought my t-shirt, and someone's probably out there just like, oh, look at this shirt that I bought. Yeah. And then now them are like, they're spreading the word, which is cool. Like that's amazing.
That's the cool thing about the time we're living in, you know? Yeah. Like way the influence social media has on everything. Yeah. Like I was listening to another podcast that they're promoters for like bailes. So they were saying that they stopped printing out flyers because they're like, we can just post it on Facebook and people are gonna share it, retweet it, repost it. You know?
Yeah. Times have changed. It's not like you can't, like as a band too. Like we can't just go into a bar or to a club and play and a manager is gonna come in and be like, oh, I want these kids on a record. Like it's not like that. You have to be on social media. If you want to be like an artist or any type of creative, you have to be on social media to really advertise your stuff. So times have changed. Like that's the same with like with brand deals, like or not brand deals, like with brands, like they like I'm sure back then you'd have to like open a store to really get your name out there. Yeah. But now you don't really have to do that. You can do that on your computer. Like you start a store like how we did and get your name out there. So, you know, times have changed. It's social media.
Yeah, it was kind of like Supreme, you know. I didn't hear about it from like a poster or the news or anything. I saw it online, you know. Yeah. And you know,
which is, it's funny you say that because that started as a store. It was a skateboarding store. Yeah. And so like eventually it made its way into like hypebeast culture, and now it is what it is.
Yeah,
which is honestly like Supreme is a big influence for us as well, even to this day. And not even the Supreme that like the hypebeast like box logo stuff, but just like some of the pieces that they've made, they're really nice, and they're definitely a big influence. So like skateboarding is like a huge influence into MESHOFMEN, like just whether it be designs or anything like video related, like it's just a huge influence. So I mean, we'd hope to one day get to that point where we're like Supreme, I guess.
Yeah.
Like it'd be cool to have something like that.
Yeah. So it's nice the limited drops they have, and then like for you guys, you know, like you guys sold out,
sell
out,
yeah.
you know, and it's like. Is that the
we do follow like their sales where we do limited drops, and like
once you get it,
that's it.
Okay.
Like I don't make some of the stuff like the Smoking Kill shirts that we made the first drop that we ever did. Like I haven't made one since then. And if you have it, it's like it's cool to see because it's like you were there from like, the beginning. And we try to keep stuff even though. Maybe it's not like a good like financial thing, I guess, but like it's cool to be like to have limited pieces for now. Yeah. I mean, I feel like we're always gonna do that, but like it's nice to have like limited drops because then you also don't saturate like a not customer because I don't even want to call it a customer, but yeah, like if you were to see like a bunch of like imagine if I did like 6 or 7 drops a year. Yeah. Like that'd be a lot. Yeah. So we like to keep it limited. Plus, we also have like the band stuff, like I said. So it's like it's like a yin and yang. Like we like to do this, and then for a while, and then we do this for a while.
And it kind of builds the hype, you know. Like I didn't get to cop that last drop, but I'm gonna be on it on the next one, you know. So that's cool. We didn't drop for a whole year. Like we didn't like drop for a whole year. It's almost gonna be another year that we haven't dropped. But like the last one that we did, we didn't drop like for a whole year, and we sold out. Like that's the most we've ever like sold out. Like I don't even like money wise. That's the most we've ever made. And it was like after a year of not dropping anything. It's like wow, the support is still there. And the support is there porque como dices tú, you guys make the stuff, so you guys are able to keep the cost low, you know. Yeah. Sometimes going back to the social media, sometimes I see a shirt on Instagram and then I go to their store. I'm like, what? $60? Yeah. I'm like, I could get like a H&M shirt for like $20-$25, you know. So that's
another reason why I wanted to do the stuff myself. Because if I would have like went to like a company to make my t-shirts, I probably would have charged more. But the fact that I control the production of like the shirt and I could charge however much I want, I'm gonna charge $10, $15, and that'll be another incentive to people for people to buy stuff, which is nice. I myself, like if I could charge like $10 or $15 for a t-shirt still, like I would. But since we have so many orders now, we can't like charge solo. But if I could, I would. Like I mean, it's all como dices tú. You don't like to call it business, but it's part of the business. It's part of like the process of growing as a business. You have to change and adapt to like if I sold t-shirts still for like $10 or $15, I'm sure we could be fine. Yeah. But to be able to grow the business and grow MESHOFMEN, we need to charge. And I don't even charge that much still. It's like what, 20, 25? I mean, that's the same thing. That's a good, And so that goes for everything. Like, because for me, I'm not doing it for the money. Like, and I'm like so serious. Like, I just want to do it because I like to do stuff. And I know it's a business, but I still keep in mind that I like to do it because I love doing it, not for money or other, just other things. Like I don't really do it for the money. Like it's not like even for music too. Like I do it because I like it. Yeah. And it's cool. I think you kind of talked about it a little bit, and
maybe the plan is to make a living off of it, you know. You enjoy playing music, you enjoy playing with the band, you enjoy making the brand, you know, making shirts, and why not make a living out of it, you know, something that you love doing. Because a lot of the times we get stuck in our 9 to 5s. You're like, same thing every day, you know. But why not make a living out of something we love to do, you know? So that's dope that you a lot of people just think about it, but you were like, let me actually do it.
Well, yeah, a lot of people are just like, oh, we should do this.
And I'm one of them.
No. But I mean, it's all about just getting up and doing it.
Yeah.
It's like if you really want to do it, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
And that's just with everything. Like if you really want to do something, you're gonna get up and do it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've always been one of those people that's like, I don't like to talk about the stuff that I want to do just because I just want to do it. Like I feel like my actions themselves will show more than me like saying that I want to do something.
Yeah. So what's the goal with MESHOFMEN, you know?
Hopefully, like I said, in the future, it could be something that could keep me stable, keep the guys stable, like the people around me. Like I'd love to. I still love seeing people wear my T-shirts. Like that's really nice to see. Like I don't think I'll ever get over that. Like you went out of your way to buy something that I made in my room in my basement. So I'm always gonna love that. But also, I would love to, like I said, keep me stable. Like I don't always want to work a job. Like I'd love to just have my hobbies be my income, whether it be music or the brand or like my own solo stuff. Like whatever it may be, like I love for it to be my income, but not to say that that's all that's what it's about. Yeah. I just, you know, it would be nice. It would be like,
what's the goal for? I'm going blank right now. For Feltwell, you know?
Yeah. Oh, honestly, for that, it's like I want to make just cool music that I like to put out. It's you know, I think further down the line, because bands always tend to like separate, and we all knew this from the beginning because we all have our own solo stuff anyways. So regardless, I think I like to make music like alone a lot of the times. So it makes sense for me to have my own solo stuff already because I like to do music by myself anyways. But I love to just be, you know, everyone dreams of making it big. Yeah. Of course, like everyone dreams of making it big. It'd be cool. Like I wouldn't, like whether I'll never know if things are gonna work out or not. Yeah. I wish, like we all wish we did, but even if it did or didn't, it'll be like good to know that at least I tried. But the goal is definitely to I want to make it. Like I want to
like sell out shows stuff.
Yeah, it'd be amazing. Yeah, it'd be really amazing to have like when I'm older, I guess, and look back at all the music I made and to have people like still listening to the music that I made or still buying the stuff that I've made. Like just if I get that continuing support like forever, like I'll be fine. Like I don't know what I'll be doing in 5 years. Hopefully, like still creating stuff. I know I will. I'll still be making stuff for sure. But I'm kind of just like going with the flow and seeing what happens.
You're just doing it.
Yeah, I'm just doing it. And I'm content with just doing stuff. Even though like of course I have goals of like making it big. Mm-hmm. Of course I do. But I try not to get clouded by that. Yeah. And I try to not don't let it affect my creative process. Because I feel like people get clouded by the chase of wanting to make it big and then forget what it's truly about, which is like creating. And that's what it is for me. I'm always just gonna create, whether it be music, shirts, anything, whatever it may be. Yeah. The ultimate goal is just to be happy with whatever I've made. Yeah. To me, that's what it means to me. Honestly.
And what about what's the goal for Vacants? You know,
Vacants.
It kind of goes along with Feltwell, but
well, I feel because Feltwell and MESHOFMEN are a little bit like more of me, so I kind of have more control of that. Yeah. So Vacants, I feel like it's more of let's play shows, let's make music that's cool that we like to do, and it's a little more serious. Not to say that my personal music isn't serious. But I feel like we take Vacants a little more serious because it is a band. Like, I'm sure we like to go on tour and like we love to play shows. And I mean, I would too for my personal stuff. Yeah. But it seems a little more easier with the band because it's a little more upbeat. Yeah. And you know, people like to go out and have a good time at shows. So you know, we love to tour. We love to drop albums, which is coming soon. Oh, is there a date or no? Just in general, like we will be like you know, releasing stuff, and same thing with the Feltwell stuff. Like for me, like stuff, you know, I will be putting out stuff soon, because you know I'm always gonna keep creating. Like I said,
there you go. And you are a creator, man.
Thank you.
Not only on the music side, but también the social media side. You know, ahí the pictures you upload, like damn, like
thank you.
What filter you send it to me? But okay, we're getting ready to wrap up. If there's anything you want to talk about, we can talk about. But if not, at the end of the episode, we make a little segment where you try to any words of encouragement, positivity that whoever's listening, you know.
Or if you're listening,
let's say a young musician is listening to this and they're like, man,
a young anything, whether it be like if you want to be a soccer player, if you want to be like if you want to do anything in life, I think you should always just go at it 100%. Yeah, and do it how you want to do it. And have fun with it because don't get like distracted or clouded by things that really don't matter. Because at the end of the day, it's just you. So why not just do it 100% the way you want to do it? Yeah. You get me?
There you go. Words from Feltwell. All right, man. So where can they find you? Where can they find the band, the brand, and your personal?
You can find me on Instagram at Louis Vercetti. Vercetti. I think that's how you spell it. I don't even know.
We'll be tagging him on the Instagram post, and but
then, my band Vacants Music and my brand MESHOFMEN, or you can go to the website MESHOFMEN.com.
There you go. And any shout outs you want to give?
Oh yeah, shout out to the band, Tony, Gus, Nico, David. Shout out Ernesto as well for keeping it real. Always shout out Karina right here, my girlfriend.
Thank you.
And come out to see us on Saturday if you want to go really far away in like an hour.
No. If they support, they don't. The drive don't matter.
We'll have more shows here locally as well. So if you want to come see us, check us out.
Yeah. And something I want to say, you shouted out your Karina, right? Yeah. And a big backbone of your career, you know, because I'm pretty sure she backs you up 100%, and that's something I también my wife, she backs me up with the podcast, you know. Yeah. She's like, hey, just if you need time to go do a little research, go ahead, you know. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's the same way. Like, hey, she's there at every show. She's there, I'm pretty sure, at every practice, and she's been there from the start, you know. And it's a cool process that you've seen from the beginning, you know. Yeah, when he's out there selling shows, you can be like, I was there from the beginning. Not just, I think the brand too, right? Yeah, she was there, and that's good, you know. And you need a woman like that in your life, you know. That's somebody that backs you up and is there 100%.
His number one fan.
There you go, number one fan.
Yeah. Sure, she is. Yep.
So,
thank you.
Anything you want to say before we wrap it up? Or?
Oh, well, just thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure being here. But yeah, thank you for having me on, Doug.
Yep. Nope. I hope you guys enjoyed. Luis, thank you for coming on, and I hope it's not the last time you're on. When you're famous, I hope you don't forget about us. Yeah, man, keep doing your thing. I'm rooting for you, and I'll be here, man.
I'm rooting for you too, Doug.
I'm backing you up. I'm in your corner, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
drop soon, bro.
Yeah, for now, yeah, we'll be there.
Hey, if you want to collab, let me know.
No, yeah, for sure.
I was just playing, but no, but I'm down. Like I said, I'm always like, man, I wanna build my own little brand, but I'm always thinking about it, and I'm never doing, So
honestly, don't even if we're we have this age gap, it's okay. I'm here if you want to hit me up about questions or anything. I'm down to help for it. You could ask her. I'm literally willing to help anyone all the time.
There you go. All right.
So there you go.
It's on the podcast, so
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for coming on, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good weekend. God bless.